Nice to have you here, Melissa.
It's my pleasure.
Yesterday, you twittered the sentence you tweeted, "Now comes the jet lag battle, I must stay awake." Did it work?
Yes, I stayed awake till about 11 o'clock last night, and I slept till 11. So I got straight 12. I am so rested, I probably won't go to sleep tonight. But I'm very rested, and I learned after all these years of traveling, of coming over here, that if you stay awake the whole day and then sleep that night, you can switch your body around. So that was the whole, yes, I know the experience and I did it.
Okay, cool. And how was the massage?
Oh my gosh, it was this Romanian woman named Nicolette. She had me, just like the movies, you know, she had me pretzeled up and twisted and stretched. It was the best thing for me. I'm actually in great shape right now.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you're fit. Did you sleep well?
Yes, I slept well and feel good. And that's the thing. After the last 10 years have been a real journey for me with health and how important. If I want to do this, if I want to travel, if I want to make music, if I want to perform night after night after night, I need to stay healthy. So these sort of things, water, what I eat, exercise, and sleep are extreme. They're very, not rock and roll, but they're very, very important.
Okay. So how did you spend this day until now? Did you?
Oh, today I got up and I had breakfast. I made my smoothie for breakfast and packed and came over here and I see you now.
A lot of things happened in your recent life. You started your own label. You have a new management. What made you do this? Well,
I had fine management, fine everything for 25 years, more than 25 years, and I'm very loyal, and it worked. I mean, absolutely. I've had a great career so far. I felt the last album and then the last 4 or 5 years that everyone had gotten comfortable with just where it was, and I want more. I always want more. I always want to strive and do different and more, and I especially wanted more here in Europe. I really felt like it was starting to kind of fade away, and the European audience is so important to me. So I switched it up, and the music business is changing. So owning my own record, starting my own label now, and making deals just, you know, around the country, like with SPV here in Europe, just fits so perfectly. SPV has taken this record and is working it and like it's the first record they've ever worked for me, which it is. And so it's the result I'm extremely pleased with.
Okay, cool. On your previous record, 4th Street Feeling, you recorded the guitars all by yourself. And now you work with many people, with many different producers from music genres, hip-hop or R&B.
I know, crazy, huh?
Wow.
To me, rock and roll and hip-hop came from the same place years ago. It's 50 years ago, Little Richard and Chuck Berry are singing, and rock and roll and R&B is born. And it sort of went up that way, and in the same roots are still there. So when I got together with Jerry Wanda, with Rockstar, with these hip-hop R&B producers, they took me, my voice, my guitar playing, those are still my guitars on all the records, on this record, on all the songs, and they then provided sort of this beautiful scenery for me to play in, and I didn't know how I was going to like it. I loved it. I feel it was the perfect marriage. They had such respect for me as an artist and my voice that the work is some of the best work I've ever done.
And it wasn't weird to work with so many people?
No, it was actually, I mean, some of them I worked with, it didn't work out. There's some songs that never got finished that the personalities or just the kind of music, it was like, you know, this isn't working, thank you. Yet the ones that worked just sparked so perfectly. I can't tell you what it is that makes it work, yet the music that came out, it's funny because people listen to this album and they say, it reminds me of you, like the old you, yet it's in a new, fresh sound and vehicles, and that's exactly what I wanted. I want people to always feel me, the center of me, yet the music, you can pop it on the radio right now.
tell me something about this process? The lyrics first, and after then the music, or is there?
Lyrics are always different. Sometimes a song always starts with an inspiration, and that inspiration can be many things. It can be music, it can be a melody, it can be chord progression, it can be a rhythm, it can be a thought. Oh, I want to write a song about this. So wherever it starts from, lyrics are usually some of the last things to happen, especially now with the way I'm collaborating. I collaborate the music first. I play, we create, like with Jerry Wanda, we create the music, and as we're doing that, I start thinking, what does this feel like? What's this song like? And sometimes by the end of the day, I can have all the lyrics. Sometimes I go away at night, write them, come back the next day, but it happens pretty quickly. So it's always different, but that's the way it's happening now.
Your voice is so unique.
Thank you.
What are you doing to sound like Melissa Etheridge?
It's funny, I don't think about sounding like me because I sound like me. The thing that is important, and it comes back to health with this, is to take care of my voice. And that is sleep, eating right, because if I were to abuse what I eat, it would immediately affect my voice. So that's, staying healthy is the best thing I can do for my voice.
What's worse to eat for the voice?
Well, I have a list of things. What's probably the worst is sugar. Sugar will upset whatever's in your stomach, and it's just a horrible thing, and it causes bad stuff.
Okay, but no alcohol, no cigarettes for.
I'm not. Oh no! I know it sounds like that, doesn't it? No, I've actually never smoked or drank very much at all.
Is there something you eat every day, or are there things you eat once a week, or? I have
a list. Not a list, but there's different things I eat when I'm on the road, because that's when I need to be up, just the utmost optimal health is on the road, because I'm traveling, because the sleep is so scary, and so on the road I have a smoothie. It's some protein powder and some greens, some paleo greens with fruit and juice, and I start every single day with that. And then I eat salmon, and I probably eat salmon about every day. That's one of the most healthy things you can eat, a salmon salad. So as long as I have my smoothie, a salad, some salmon, and usually some granola in there, that's the staple. Sometimes that's all I eat during the day, but the other things I stay away from. It's easier to tell you what I stay away from. I stay away from sugar, stay away from dairy, stay away from gluten now, gluten-free, and red meat. Actually, I only eat fish now. So it's mostly vegetables, fruits, fish, whole grains. That's me, and lots of water.
Mm-hmm. And are you doing something else for your health? Something?
Yoga.
Okay.
Yoga is probably the best thing a human being can do is yoga, and walking, hiking.
Are there things in your everyday life relating to your food or to something else you miss very much, expect your family?
It's funny, my approach to health, I call it 70-30, in that 70% of my day, of my week, I spend with the healthy food. And I like to give 20-30% to not so much, because balance is really, really important. If I deny myself everything, then I get cranky, and that's not fun. So, yet when I'm on the road, I'll do like 95%, and I'll barely do this. So I do miss, like, I love your bread over here. Your bread is delicious, and yet I can't eat it because of the gluten. I love your chocolate over here is amazing. So that I do miss when I'm on the road, is my little 20-30%.
Okay. Are there things that can throw you easily out of balance, or you say, oh, now I'm 53, I'm easy with most
I'm very
of the things.
easy now. I'm very easy with most things, because I learned that the stress isn't worth it. Of course, things that happen with my family, that'll throw me out. Yet, anything else, boy, I'm pretty easygoing about stuff. Yeah, it's not worth it to stress about it.
Hey, cool. Hillary Clinton is running for president.
Yeah.
In her video for the campaign, we also can see a gay couple. Mm-hmm. And you're also fighting for the rights of the LGBT people. Mm-hmm. And What would you say in comparison to some years ago? Do the things for gay people work much better in America, or
things are definitely changing all over the world. It's moving up. There are still places in the world where they kill us and, you know, put us in prison. Yet in America and in Europe, we are definitely realizing that, you know, the gay community is part of our population and has always been and will always be. It's you know, it's there, and we are part of society. And the best thing is that gay people are now coming out. That's the best thing you can do, is to come out so that people know that that gay people are their neighbors and that they work with us in the family. And that's what changes people's hearts and minds. And that's what's happening. And enough of us have done that in America to where our politicians are finally seeing that we're not only just a voting bloc, but we are people's friends. We are people's companions, and we work, you know, people know that straight people know us, and they're not willing to, you know, throw us under the bus anymore, which, you know, Hillary did a decade or so ago, and it's not going to happen anymore. 2 decades ago they did that, but it's not happening anymore. And I think I love a person who can say, yeah, I made a mistake, I've changed my mind, and I'm moving on. That, I honor that completely in her, and I throw my full support behind her.
Your new album?
Yay!
This is me, with Etheridge. Really wonderful album.
Thank you.
I read that your favorite song on this record is Ain't That Bad. Why this song?
Because that was probably my most fun to record. When I went in, I asked my management, I said, I want to work with someone so far outside my realm, my genre, my comfort zone. And they said, okay, there's a guy who wants to work with you. His name is Rockstar, and he does Chris Brown and Rihanna, and just really and he's a character himself. He's got the gold chains. He's a rapper. He's that guy. And he was like, okay, I'm willing to. And so we got together, and it was so much fun, and it's probably the most rocking tune on the album to come, that I had to go all the way out to a hip hop artist to sit down and just play this, rock tune with his huge beat. And I remember walking in, he said, well, I just have a march up, is what he said. He says it's just a march, and it was just that boom, boom, that big beat. And I started playing my Les Paul, and we started rocking, and it was so much fun.
Your new single in Germany is Monster. Can you tell me something about that?
Monster was so much fun to make. It was such a surprise because we were actually working on another song. Jerry Wanda, who's the bass player for the Fugees, and did Killing Me Softly. He's just this amazing producer and musician. We were working on another song, and I pulled out this old acoustic guitar I had, and I started playing this slide part. And he said, "Stop that! What is that?" And he put me in the into the studio and started recorded it, and he put this amazing beat behind it. And the beauty about Monster is the center of it is that swampy guitar and some harmonica. So it's like, what kind of song is this? This is a swampy rock song, yet it's got this awesome beat behind it, and these background girls kind of singing. I love it. It's an anomaly. It's you can't categorize it, and I feel very confident that the European audience, especially the German audiences, will feel the rock and roll in it, and the beat and the fun in it.
And what about the lyrics?
Well, the lyrics are very, very powerful in that I am a monster. I think the time has come where people are understanding that the things that make them different, the things that maybe they would think would make them separate or ashamed, something that they should be ashamed of, that those days are past. That it's about taking your power and saying, whether it's I'm gay or my skin is a different color, or I believe something, or I'm short, or I'm missing something, whatever it is that makes us different, for all of us to realize that diversity is the one thing we all have in common. We are all different, and we can all say, yeah, I'm a monster. Some people might be afraid of what I am, but I'm filled with love and I'm okay with it. And you're gonna get over it soon and see what a amazing person I am.
Okay. Also, the sex topic is important on your...
Always.
Always.
Wait a minute, what are we talking about? Yes.
For example, in All the Way Home.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I think one of the most surprising things for me, being in my 50s, is actually how good sex can be. I think, when you think of your parents, when you're younger, you think, oh, sex is only for young people, and that's not true.
Is it true that the sex gets better with the years?
It gets better! So
you have now the best sex of your life?
Ever. You know more about yourself. It's just, I laugh at how much better it is. And I wanted to just do a full-on song about, oh yeah, I'm married, I love my wife, and I love the sex that we have. Yes.
Cool. You own a star on a Walk of Fame.
Yeah.
You have the Grammys, you have an Oscar. You have achieved so much things in your life. One question. Do you have an extra room for these things, or?
I do have an office where my wife and I both keep, because she's got a Golden Globe, I don't have a Golden Globe yet, and we keep a lot of our memorabilia in there, and we have our awards, and it's fun to come in there. It was actually her that encouraged me to take all these things out and put them up and say, look, this is our life's work. This is what you've done. Put them up. So yeah, it's a special room.
What keeps you still going and motivated? You have actually everything.
Because I love it. It's not about having anything. It's not about an award. It's not about money. It's about what I'm doing with my life. And what I'm about to do tonight is what I love to do. I love to get up in front of people, share my music with them, have an amazing experience. And I will always love to do that.
Now you're on tour. What was the longest period of time away from home without your family?
Well, the longest time away from home was when I didn't have a family. I used to spend months out on the road just going and touring. Now that I have a family, it's the older ones. I have 16 and 18, and I go a while without seeing them, and they're starting their own lives, and they already have their stuff. So, but it's the younger ones that I can't go more than 3 weeks without seeing them. And actually, this time out is 3 weeks, and that's probably the longest that I've ever gone without seeing him is 3. Yeah, I try to, even if it's home just for a week and then back out again.
And are they joining you sometimes? Or?
This summer they will. They do, because they go to school during the year, and I've made friends with their other mom, and she's really great at letting them come out and join me. So this summer they love the tour bus. There's nothing more fun than a tour bus.
Cool. Tonight is your opening show.
Yeah.
Is it something special, the first show? Are you very nervous, or is it?
I do get a little nervous because this is the solo show, and it's all me. I can't blame anybody else. And there's different things in it, and technically I need to make sure things work. Although even if they don't work, I'm fine with the audience. They're great. So the first show, yeah, you get a little nervous about things, but I have a great crew, and I don't worry at all. And
so, in comparison to the last show you will play, you're now it's another feeling, or
yeah.
Would you say?
Well, it's another energy. There's an excitement with. By the time I get to the last show, 2 weeks from now, 2.5 weeks, however long that is, I will be so much more comfortable with what I'm doing. Tonight, it will be great, but the comfort level won't be quite there yet.
Okay. And what can you expect tonight?
You can expect the hits. You can expect We Will Lose Our Minds, To Bring Me Some Water, and Like the Way I Do, and all those songs. And you can expect a couple new songs from the new album. And for the fans that have seen, a billion shows, I'll throw in a couple of, the deeper album cuts for them. They like to hear those.
Okay.
Rockantenne. 100% Rock. Nonstop.